In this world, nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes. How does the property tax in Peachtree City measure up to the surrounding areas? Let's talk about that. As local realtors here in Peachtree City, we help many clients relocate to the area. A very popular question most have is, how high are the property taxes? Well, I dug deep into the tax records and spoke with the Fayette County Tax Assessor's Office to answer that very question. Let's go dig in. We will start by looking at the tax rates for some major locations in the Atlanta metro area. Then we will look more detail into Fayette and Coweta counties. But first things first, Georgia levies taxes on 40% of the assessed value of a property, but the percentages that I will show you today are based on the total assessed value, just to make things a little more simple. Additionally, we will start by looking at the tax rate with no homestead exemptions, and then we'll dig a little deeper into how those can be deceptively complicated. Let's start by looking at the tax rate of some of the major locations in the Atlanta metro area. Right off the bat, you'll see that Peachtree City stacks up very nicely with some of the other locations. In fact, Peachtree City has the second lowest rate of these. One thing that might jump out to you is how low the tax rate is in Newnan. Remember, this is with no homestead exemptions, and as we will see later, Fayette County, where Peachtree City is located, gives more homestead exemptions than does Coweta County, where Newnan is located, making for a very similar tax rate on a primary home between the two counties. Having said that, let's dive into both Fayette and Coweta counties, where we will find a few surprises. Here you see the tax rates for Fayette County. If you live in the county, you do not pay additional city taxes and you pay 1.11% with no exemptions. Perhaps surprisingly, you will see that Peachtree City pays less tax than residents of both Tyrone and Fayetteville. I must admit I was a little surprised when I first learned that fact. Now let's move over to the west into Coweta County, which along with other places in Fayette County, Coweta County is a very popular alternative to Peachtree City. Here you'll probably be surprised to see that the county residents actually pay a higher tax than those living in the city limits of Newnan. County residents must pay for fire services that Newnan residents do not have to pay, and those taxes are actually a little higher than the city tax in Newnan. As I mentioned earlier, all these numbers do not include any exemptions, and that Fayette County provides quite a bit more relief in the way of a homestead exemption. Coweta County is very straightforward with its homestead exemptions, offering flat rates on the exemptions. Of course, the effect that will have on the percentage of tax you're paying is obviously determined by the value of your property. Fayette County, on the other hand, offers a large exemption on the Board of Education operating cost. Now here is where things get a little complicated. With no exemption, this line item is 0.77%, so it makes up a majority of the tax bill. Fayette County does not give a flat rate exemption to this line item. The amount of this exemption is actually based on when you applied initially for the homestead exemption. For example, we applied for our homestead exemption in 2016, and we're paying a rate of 0.27%. Clients of ours that are just getting an exemption for the first time this year are paying 0.4%, which is still well under the 0.77%, but they certainly do not enjoy the deeper discount that we do. In looking at Fayette and Coweta counties, as a homeowner of a primary residence, you'll be paying roughly the same tax rate both places. However, if you're looking for an investment property in either Fayette or Coweta counties, you will be paying a good bit lower taxes in Coweta, since Fayette offers so much more of a larger homestead tax exemption, which does not apply to investment properties. I know we covered a good bit in a short amount of time, and unfortunately, property tax just isn't a cut and dry issue as I would like. Having said that, if you're thinking of relocating to the area or moving locally from a different area nearby, I hope this gives you a good idea of what you can expect from property taxes in different metro Atlanta areas. Feel free to reach out to us via phone, text, or email. We would love to help you determine if a move is right for you with looking at the taxes as well as all the other factors that go into a decision such as that. We are here to serve. I hope this video was informative and helped answer questions you may have about property taxes. If you're interested in topics such as this, please consider subscribing to our channel and click the bell so you'll be notified when we release new videos. And also, check out this next video. Until next time, bye.